All right, so Grixis Midrange. This deck is basically a 3-color deck full of value creatures. Somebody just asked about the land count. I think the land count in this deck is fine. 24 looks a little bit low for the curve, but when you consider that we have Dusk Legion, Zealot, and Thought Erasure to like help us see more cards consistently, I think it's pretty reasonable. If we play a couple of matches and decide that we want like another utility land, we can add that, but I'm gonna start at 24 and see how it goes from there. It's really, really good. Hit the jackpot on bathroom break bits. Thank you, Kason, for the support. I appreciate it. My cup runneth over. Have we flipped Nick? Yeah, we've played some Grixis. We played some Grixis Control. Flipped Nicol Bolas plenty. Find all those on my YouTube channel, my website, obviously. I'll stand up for a bit. Legs getting a little cramped. I feel like 25 with an extra utility land might not be terrible. Usually my answer to I feel like I have too many lands in my deck is like add a utility land rather than cut a land altogether. This is a lot of the Grixis decks that have popped up in and around this format have been more controlling. It's definitely more of a mid-range Lord of the Ground deck. Night Bugly, did you previously have a different username? Because you have a sword in my channel and I don't recognize your username. If you'd prefer to whisper me what your previous username was, if you change it for a specific reason, I'd be okay with that, but I'm not quite sure. I don't recall who you are. All right, let's definitely Erasure here in case they're a Knight of Analia deck. Those are some big dumb dinos. Naya dinos. Hurdle Hopper, got it. Thank you. My hand's like kind of okay against 3/2s. I can just take Burning Sun's Avatar here. I unfortunately need to bottom that removal spell because I need a land. Nathan Brown, thank you for the 14-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Lava Coil, sure. Let's play Thief of Sanity this turn. We're gonna want to try and keep their board in somewhat check because we do want to keep their power low enough that Galta doesn't become too scary. What on God's green earth is that? That's cute. Punch you in the face. Take your dinosaur. So I think it's just Lava Coil plus Rat here. Don't null hide me, bro. I'm hoping that in a deck full of dinos, they like don't have room for null hide. Yeah, if we can hit some land drops, we're gonna be in a pretty good spot here. Because like their deck is definitely full of bombs, right? So if I Contempt this, this loses its power as well. Of course, the last card in their hand is Galta, so I probably just want to Nicky them here. Hey, Nicky. At the beginning of your upkeep, you reveal a dinosaur. You do gain 1. I think it's Thunderherd Migration. That could ramp me into Lana number 6 next turn. And like, Nick's a 4/4 here, so he gets to block their board as well. Man, killing their big dumb dino here is gonna be really good. So this puts it in tapped. I guess I have Nick holding back their board right now, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and Thunderherd Migration this turn. Man, there are a lot of Dinos cost one less. When we round out the shock lands, it's going to be real sweet. Hey, Night Bugly, thanks for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thief of Sanity can't play lands, chat. Thanks for the cards, friendo. Alright, so I actually don't. So this is pretty bad against their deck with minimal stuff. I want no disdainful strokes on the board's an interesting choice. I wonder if that's right. I'm just gonna swap those for Moment of Cravings for now. I feel like we might be a touch light on hard removal, but maybe that's just not true because I have like Chupacabra and Vraska's Contempt. We'll play a couple of matches before we switch around any of the answers. This deck's got a pretty unique collection of threats in it that have a lot of different utilities, so I don't want to make too many assumptions before we get a good feel for what's going on. Any way to get Hardened Scales added to the queue? Well, that's exactly how you get Hardened Scales added to the queue. Be happy to add Scales back in. Thanks for the support. Eggs are good. Yeah, basically tier 1.5 modern decks are like always acceptable. Happy to. I always like when people give me money to win with decks as opposed to getting beat up. Your team's fine. It's like Burglar Rat and a bunch of Doomblades. So the problem with Eldest Reborn is that our deck doesn't have any full board sweepers in it, and my opponent's deck has a lot of like mopey, basically mana dorks in it, which makes the Edict effect of Eldest Reborn not particularly appealing. Now I definitely agree with you that like the Reanimate clause on Eldest Reborn is exciting, but when Eldest Reborn isn't removal, it tends to be lacking in my experience. The gameplay is all over the place. The gameplay is absurdly complicated. It'll be interesting to see how Artifact does. I have procured a beta key from PAX, so I will be streaming Artifact starting next Monday on the 19th. I'm not going to be doing it instead of Magic, but I will be supplementing my content with Artifact, so we'll still be doing my 30 hours a week of Magic content that I always do here. Please, untapped land. Please, untapped land. That's fine. Starting in January, I'm interested to see how the sub badges look in chat, because I know there's a number of people that are subscribed here that just like have lapsed at one point and that will have higher badges. Pirates was great. It's always a blast to play, and we won a bunch of matches with it today.
I've lost come to me.
All right, if I hit a land here, we're probably gonna win the game. If I don't, we're dead. Bless. Hey, Bronzebeard, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me in play this month with that. No attacks. These Chupacabras look hungry to you, chat? They're looking a little hungry to me. Charmander, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime support. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. I appreciate it. Gobble, gobble. The Chupas want some Baja Mac and Gulta. That's great. Could you imagine how playable this card would be if it had haste? That's probably true for most bombs, though, right? It's just like, what if this bomb had hexproof and haste? How much better would it be? A lot better, duh. That's true. Regisaurus Alpha. Hey, it's Duress. Twitch keeps telling me to share this for my 2 months, I guess. Thank you for resubscribing. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Well, that's terrifying. That means I need to kill them very quickly. All right, let's get aggressive here. Hopefully they hit 2 lands in a row next turn. We are almost to flip Nick mana, so we've got that going for us. So I held back the Chupacabra intentionally last turn because I wanted to have 2 Chupacabras to block their Drover of the Mighty, potentially. Well, that seems good for us. About to get, like, Settle the Wreckaged. Nope. What are you doing over there? As a viewer submitted deck list. Do I just like I think I just Thought Erasure looking for a land tier. It must be Galta, right? They could have Settle on top of their deck. Yeah, it was a Galta. That makes sense. All right, so you're dead. My friend. I think I'm really excited for the new set because, not even because of the new cards it's gonna have in it, but because of the shock lands that we're gonna get. Because unlocking the rest of these Ixalan tribes by giving them good mana sounds really appealing. Vampires, dinosaurs, just like, these tribes have a lot of great tools in them, and once they have more consistent mana without tap lands, there's gonna be a lot going on. And actually, this is something people might not realize who haven't been following Magic for a long time. This standard format's very great and open. It's actually incredibly rare, and Merfolk too, yeah. It's incredibly rare, not just how open this format is, but also that it's this open with this few sets in it. Generally speaking, 5 set standard, we're in 5 set standard right now. 5 set standard does not have this much going on in it. This is probably the most diverse 5 set standard Magic has ever had. Well, that is a hand of standard legal Magic the Gathering cards. There are 3 more sets. Magic is currently at its smallest its standard will ever be. Magic standard format goes between 5 and 8 sets. Might as well pay for the entertainment while I grade. Lights are still on. Yeah, thank you, Brecken. I appreciate it. What do I even take here? It's probably Steamkin, right? Because, like, that's the card that helps them not be choked on mana. Sweet, we hit the land for Awakener next turn. Not that that really has much text at this point. Maybe the fact that, like, I could hit Awakener is a reason to take Wizard Lightning, but, like, they also have Lightning Strike, so that's aggressive. This card has Death Touch, too. This card seems sweet. Good night, my sweet princess. I'm gonna play another mono red card out here and smack for 4. Please remember, if you're new to this channel, you need to give constructive and specific feedback, and that doesn't just apply to my plays. Do not be rude to the people that I'm playing against. Many people go back and watch their matches when they know they play against us. It's just disrespectful. Even if they don't go back and watch it, just don't be rude to people for no reason. People make mistakes. Magic is complicated. It's okay to point them out, but point them out in a constructive and useful manner. I think I'm supposed to no blocks here and make them use the lightning strike. That was a phenomenal draw. Have him a 6/6. Doomad you. Doomad you. When rotation happens next fall, like 10 months from now, we'll lose Dom, Ixalan sets, and M19. It is a lot of burn that didn't hit my face. And we're gonna get to Bugler this Rekindling Phoenix out of their hand. Burglar, Bugler. You're missing a sword, you're right. I missed that you were naked there, Brecken. I'm gonna hold this land as a bluff. We're gonna have a moment of Jeff does social media. Open any Twitch chat during any live event when a judge is called. Huge negative stigma against calling judges in competitive Magic. It is gross. Sorry. Figured I might as well put that up because I was gonna look at it anyways. Block. Good chance we're dead here. Yeah, I'm currently playing using a Linux computer. I do all my content production from Linux pretty much. Most of it, I have a Windows system upstairs that I stream from on occasion. On Wednesday nights usually, but yeah, majority is from my Linux rig. Captain Command, thank you for always challenging the audience to be better. Did you hear about the Ubisoft live stream? I did not. What is going on with Ubisoft? I think I need to start attacking them, right? I think I need to start attacking them. Like, the more draws I give them, the more likely I am to die. Daredevil's very good against this mono red deck. They're on 4 lands. Hopefully they draw a couple more here. Perfect. I don't have a wizard. I'm gonna cast this to surveil. Maybe I'm actually supposed to bottom that. The things people feel the need to announce, it always impresses me when the things that people come out of their mouth, because like obviously they have worse things than that floating in their heads. Just like, you don't have something nice or constructive to say, keep it, just, you know, maybe skip on. Did we fade? Did we do it? Yeah, we're dead to lightning bolts here. But if they don't have a lightning bolt, we've stabilized. They just chump block with their 2/2. It's literally the same. It's literally the same. You're right. I didn't give them a chance to be bad. I could have given them a chance to be bad. Because they were dead next turn regardless. I trim these zealots. They see medium here. Is this card actually good enough? This card might actually not be good enough, right? I guess it kills. It probably kills enough. Negate's probably a little bit better than Thought Erasure, but Erasure is also like really good on turn 2 because it helps us find land drops. I'm a fan of it for that reason. Yeah, I think this maybe just doesn't do enough. Like, I'm bringing in Moment of Cravings too, which helps me keep their 2 toughness things in check. Oh, the monkey's a pirate. Yeah, it doesn't clean that one up. Yeah, I think leaving an Erasure is fine. I don't think I want Negate. Maybe this isn't good enough just because it's a 3/3 that dies to all their stuff. Like, I've got enough bombs on the top end tier. Negate's just so awkward to leave up. No, this is definitely not a Niv matchup. Niv is for the more controlling matchups where we can afford to miss on it for a turn or 2. Yeah, 3 for 3. I guess, like, every time a lightning strike kills our creature, it's, like, not hitting our domes. It's, like, probably a win for us. This seems much better. I would love a little Burglar Rat. This is just the Burglar Rat now, chat. I realize that that's not what its name is, but it'll be forever be the Burglar Rat here. You a little hungry, chat? It's a little past noon here. I'm craving a little steamkin in my life. Okay, so they boarded up. Makes sense. We don't have anything for my Dire Fleet yet, which is sad. It's a good pickup. We don't have any wizards though, so we're gonna need to get to 5 to Dire Fleet that. Yeah, so the mono red deck that won Grand Prix Lille was boarded into 4 treasure maps to pair with its frenzies to like generate a lot of card advantage. It like boarded into a big red deck. So in my experience, we've played a bunch of blue-red control on this channel. You can find it on my YouTube and my website if you want to watch videos in action. But the splash is so easy and costs you so little that you should probably just have the splash. So I assume they have another way to kill this Thief of Sanity in their hand because they discarded the Wizard Lightning. Yeah, not surprised to see that die there. Sure. Usually Jeskai. Jeskai controls very good right now. I'm gonna attack with this. And then I think I'm going to Lava Coil this, which will make them shoot here or us, and then we'll Dire Fleet, Daredevil, shock the Pyromancer. So we're ahead in power and toughness on board, but not really in a meaningful way. And they've got like these 2 treasure maps going. We really want to hit like a Bolas or a Doom Whisper ASAP here to start generating some actual card advantage / clock. What did the auto tapper do? Auto tapper doesn't seem to have done anything wrong. The Dire Fleet Daredevil lets us cast with mana of any color. So I saw that it was tapping my red and it didn't matter. Came for the meme, stayed for the education. Blut Angel, thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way again this month. That is an aggressive use of Frenzy. Although I guess, like, when Frenzy's out, they can't draw cards with treasures anyways. So in a recent survey that Wizards of the Coast sent out to people in Arena, check your email if you haven't gotten it, they asked people what kind of esports style events they would like to see in Arena. And they also restructured Magic Online, their competitive circuit, to not include standard or limited this time around, which means that I would assume competitive digital for standard and limited is going to be coming to Arena. I think both the survey and how they've structured Magic Online means that we're gonna have things coming to Arena soon. Any chance you'll play Grixis Dragons again? I pretty much just play the decks that people put in the queue, Frey. So if someone puts it back in the queue, I'd be happy to play it again. But that's not a deck that I'm gonna be putting in myself. I don't actually put that many decks myself in the queue. Occasionally people donate for things that say, hey, pick your favorite. And usually I pick Pirates these days because Pirates is my favorite. Nah, if I attack during they have a red spell, I just get to eat my thing. Needed more pressure. Yes, it makes a lot of sense, Kitsune. Arena is the best thing to happen to competitive Magic, maybe ever. And I hope they lean into it more. I'm gonna bring in these negates for this game. What am I cutting though? Maybe I don't. I don't really have anything I want to cut. Meh. No, Teferi's the card you play. You play Teferi and you play Deafening Clarion. Someone said Grixis Dragon, so put it in the queue. Thank you for the biddies, Furious Squirrel. I appreciate the support. The only people that are pushing Arena as a casual app are people who are pot committed to Magic Online. Those are the people that are trying to push this idea that Arena can only be for casual players. I'm gonna take a hit for one here because I'd much rather Moment of Craving a Steamkin this turn. My plan of drawing spells with my 5-lander has not come to fruition. Nice respawn. Yeah, the Pro Tour just had the largest concurrent viewer numbers for Magic ever. As someone who has spent a lot of time playing Magic Online, one of the things that makes Arena so great is that it's devoid of the MTG economy. In fact, one of my qualms about why I'm not sure if I want to dive into Artifact is that Artifact's going to have a bunch of finance nonsense involved with it. The finance aspect of Magic is incredibly frustrating as someone who wants to just play the game and not, like, play a mini stock market. It doesn't really, Stifenax. In my opinion, aside from the obvious 5th card problem, which desperately needs to be addressed, the current Arena economy is very reasonable in relation to most other games that exist. Sergeant Fane came for the uncastable goblin, stayed for the insight. Thanks for being you, Jeff. Thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. Getting closer to protecting the realm, Scarl. Thanks for the 3 months. Thanks for re-upping your Bezo bucks again this month. I think not having chat in Arena is also a good thing. I was one of the people that wrote off Arena in the beta. Watching your stream, though, I've started to like it better. The UI is smooth. Yes. And honestly, it's improved, right? Like, playing software in pre-alpha and playing it in a release is different. It is more expensive to play with terrible cards in Magic Arena. It is cheaper to play with good cards in Magic Arena. I think we're actually in this game, right? So, like, this trade is, like, okay for us. This is why I blocked the Steam Kit instead of the Chain Whirler, because of a 3 damage card. And then next turn, I get to go tapped land, Dire Fleet, Daredevil, shock your thing, or bolt your thing. I don't think I have enough health to surveil. I think it's greedy to surveil there. No third hostage taker in Pirates replacement. Another Price of Fame. Another Rune Raider. Yeah, we're looking to dodge Frenzy and find another bomb on our part. So we need them to not have insurmountable card advantage. Okay, so we're dead. Okay, so if we get to attack with her, we'll be a winner. Magic Arena is by far what we needed for Magic. I don't know about everyone, but it was stale these last 2 years. Yep. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate it. Thanks for the 2 months. Looking to dodge lightning strikes and wizard lightnings. Looking to dodge the lightning strikes and wizard lightnings. Oh, please let me enter combat. That's really good. Pay X. If you do, return to a creature converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah. So 5. So I get my demon back. So this game is over. This card is really strong. Yeah, I've blocked more people in the last 24 hours than I have all year on Twitter. DJX. She's dead, Jim. I'm gonna keep the 6/6 though. Is that cool? Is that cool if I keep the 6/6? I made the incredibly bold claim on Twitter last night that Magic should be played by the rules and not based on people's feelings, and that upset a lot of people. When Standard rotates, we will have a new format to play with your cards. Think you missed my tier 3. Can you throw Landfall in the queue? I did miss it, Nick. I feel so bad. Thank you. Happy to put Landfall back in. Thanks for the support. I'm gonna hit this again. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, if you're a sub, message me on Discord and I'll unblock you. Sometimes when somebody says something that's incredibly obnoxious, I go through and block everyone who liked their tweet too, because I'm very annoyed. It shows you who likes tweets. So if somebody says something that's really terrible and annoys me, in addition to blocking the person that tweeted it, I block all the people that liked their tweet. Sounds like it's really fast. It's really quick. And like now they have to like kill Doom Boy, but like they like also need to kill the Awakener here. Is there an eternal format plan for Arena yet? Yeah, they've said they're gonna fix the rotation problem, the problem with your cards rotating by the next rotation, which we all are assuming means a new non-rotating format. Nah, I only do it when I'm fresh. Once I move past, there's no reason to dive back in. Yeah, it'll be like Modern, but with only arena cards. Are they gonna find the last point of damage to kill this Doom Whisperer? Oh my god, they found the last point of damage, chat. Holy crap. Man, are we gonna lose this game? Are we about to lose this game? If they have a lightning strike on top of their deck here, we could die. Oh, they just have it in their hand because they have double runaway Steamkin. Holy crap. I thought for sure we were a lock here. This has just been absurd. Just the power of this red deck is just off the charts. Very, very powerful card. This gets to eat 2 Pyromancers if they want to kill it, which I think is a good trade for me. No, the rules have not changed, 177. The rules today are the same as they were now, because he did nothing wrong. That's true. We were low enough that they could have just tried to burn us out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just take a moment and appreciate what has occurred here. Just, oh, yeah. Oh, that is. Listen, chat. Listen, chat. Just remember that the better player doesn't always win, and it pays to be lucky. If you have to choose between being lucky and being good, choose being lucky every single time. Yeah, was an interesting game of Magic. What a lucky top deck. Basic, Mountain, Thought Erasure. I think I keep this. But basic Mountain, Thought Erasure. Sorry, is it rude to be shuffling my deck and not show you? Do you wanna see my suite? Sorry. It makes me feel things, chat. Makes me feel things. This is like a fidget spinner for Magic nerds. All right, we've been punished. We've been punished. Listen, you need to go back to the anatomy if you think this is a crotch shot, okay? My crotch is thoroughly below the desk. Oh, yeah. Not even mad that we're dying. So we got a sweet shuffling deck here. You do get to see my moobs and my man gut though. I'm married, I'm allowed to be fat. Feels bad, man. There should probably be a 25th land in this deck. Like, that last game that we played where we, like, won in spite of bricking off, or flooding out, like, I think we're far more likely to lose games where we flood than to lose games where we stumble. Thank you, Puss. I appreciate that. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah, let's move along here. Boom goes the dynamite. Well, BCW sleeves, of course, the best sleeves. They're actually really durable. I am not gentle with this thing. I'm like genuinely impressed with. I played like 2 events with BCW sleeves before I took them on as a sponsor. I played like a couple different packs. I was like, these are pretty reasonable. But then like the abuse that I have put, the abuse the shuffling deck has gone through, it's been truly impressive. Yeah, you're far more likely to lose because of stumble than flood. So I think I want the nivs here. I don't know that I really want negate or duress though. Is Thief of Sanity not good enough in this matchup? Can I afford to trim it though? Like, does that bring my threat density too low? I guess I'm boarding in Niv as threat density. Probably want the duresses. Makes it harder for them to bring their phoenixes back. You ever found if they fit perfect herds? I did not. I don't have any grime on these, but these also haven't been through a tournament. So like my hands, I wash my hands when I go to the bathroom. So like in a Magic tournament, like your cards pick up grime because like other people's hands are dirty and like playmats are dirty and stuff like that. Do we like Eldest Reborn? Like, it's just so much mana. I think I prefer all these other cards to Eldest Reborn. Negate's just difficult to hold up. We're gonna add a land after this. 2 months. How's everything going? Let me know if you need anything. I'm doing swell. Life is great. It's great to have the merch up finally. Extreme Gamer, thank you for the 7 months. Welcome back. Look at that. Never didn't have it. Let's try and hit some land drops here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna add a black Folly to the deck. Memorial to Folly. Black Memorial. Merch is up. Yeah, we got a bunch of merch on the website actually. I should plug the merch more. I need to plug the merch more. We've got tokens, pins, stickers, t-shirts, playmats, all sorts of great Hoaglandia stuff. I need to bring my message deleted playmat down here so I can plug it on stream. It's quite excellent. I'm gonna be using that at the Invitational. So I mean, like, they don't have a lot of creatures, but like they have Arclight Phoenixes. Yeah, we've played a ton of the Rainbow Lich deck. You can find all of it on my website. How much for me to sign? So the message deleted playmat doesn't come from me personally. That's one of the playmats and the t-shirts get sent out from the places that make them. They are made on demand, basically. Take the Charter course here, because it lets them churn through most of their deck. Try and find a 4th land for this Ravenous Chupacabra. Oh, I need to put a merch thing under my stream. Stan, that's probably a good idea. The place I got the rest of my panels done is just an online thing, so I can add a merch one pretty easily. Need to put one of those underneath. I should probably add a merch banner to my scroller too. Where's my banner? I can't. I don't know where to point to my banner when I'm sitting over on this side of the screen. Where's the banner at, yo? We should talk about that. Custom panels could be good. Get them Hoaglandia themed. Yeah, Captain Command, if you want to message me, whisper me in private, we could work it out so you could get it shipped to my P.O. box, and then I could sign it and send it to, mail it to you if you wanted to pay for the shipping for a second time. Yeah, I have a P.O. box here. You just need to make sure you either donate enough to include postage or put a self-addressed stamped envelope in there for Magic cards. Oh, she's dead, Jim. And they have a shock here, so it's gonna get like run over by phoenixes. I guess they only have one phoenix in here. Okay, we'll take one more draw. We'll take one more draw to land. Yeah, let's add a memorial. Yeah, the 3-drop creature has been really good. It's fantastic against the mono red deck. The chromatic black deck is also in my donation queue. It's a link to Allie's build. So if you scroll down in the standard section of my queue, you'll be able to find it there too. Had someone submit that last night. All right, what am I cutting for this memorial? Do you have Hoaglandia branded swords or boots in the merch store? We do not. Swords could be a fun idea though. Howdy, Zeke. What am I trimming? Is it just Eldest? I feel like I'm trimming the Eldest. I'm gonna trim the Eldest Reborn. I don't want to trim the cheap threats. I feel like having a critical mass of the 2-drops is what makes the 3-mana black card reasonable. You know what the biggest problem with streaming Arena is? I have so much fun when I'm playing Arena and the rate of play is so fast that I like forget to eat. And like I forget to chill. Like I don't remember when the last time I shilled was. I'm gonna take 30 seconds and chill. How we doing, folks? Welcome, good morning, afternoon, and good night to everybody wherever you're out in the world. My name is Chef Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer, memer, content producer, magic addict, whatever you want to call me here on Twitch. I'm here streaming Magic. We play a ton of Constructed. We play Standard here on Arena. We play Modern on Magic Online. If you're someone that finds yourself enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their support. By subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 5 months now and we really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back to traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new match with them by checking out links bit.ly/ShugelBedUS and bit.ly/ShugelBedCA. Are you someone that thinks you always find the best possible line while playing Magic? Why don't you put your skills to the test? Head on over to PossibilityStorm.com and find over 80 awesome Magic puzzles. They do new ones every single week and they're free up there. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. I showed off my shuffling deck a little bit earlier today. My shuffling deck is protected by my very wonderful BCW Elite Guard sleeves. You can check out their sleeves and all other sorts of great stuff like deck boxes at bcwsupplies.com, and you can save 10% on all of your orders there using code Jeff10. All right, let's dive into another match or two here with the Grixis midrange deck. This deck it's interesting. So like I haven't seen a Chupacabra based blue-black deck, and it's scrappy in a way that feels similar to a lot of the green-black decks. So like it's got a lot of value-based creatures in it, similar to how the green-black deck leans into the Explorer. How does Possibility Store make money? They run contests with some of their puzzles through a Patreon that you have to pay to be a part of. Do you have any experience with Dragon Shield versus BCWs? I have used Dragon Shield before. I'm not a big fan of Dragon Shield mats because I pop the corners on them because I shuffle pretty aggressively. Regular Dragon Shields are okay. They're durable. They get a little grimy, but they don't break. I do remember to drink water. Drinking water is like something that's very ingrained in me, so it's hard for me to forget to do. That actually seems really sweet. All right, let's Thought Erasure here since I can't block anyways. This is Merfolk Trickster, Thief of Sanity. Just like can't attack through a 2/3, so I guess I'm gonna get rid of it. Hey, I'm gonna mute myself while I put some nuts in my mouth, chat. Excuse me. So Cannonades, not good enough in this matchup a lot of the time in my experience. I think Duress is good. Direfleet Daredevil doesn't really do much. Burglar Rat probably isn't very reasonable. I get their hand empty pretty quick. I don't think this is a Plague Crafter matchup. I don't think we consistently get to Niv Mizzet fast enough with 4 Black Swords. Like, we only have 21 lands that cast this, so I think this is only for the control matchups. We're just gonna get destroyed, right? Take that. Sounds very good. I cannot believe we haven't talked about the Detective Pikachu trailer yet today. As we get further and further into this semester, it's becoming quite clear that my organic chemistry have no clue what's going on. Advice? No. I never took that class. But I always heard people complain that it was incredibly difficult. All right, I would like to take their obsession. I would like to keep that land on top. Inner childhood Jeff is super excited for Detective Pikachu. My wife and I also play a lot of Pokemon Go together. So, like, that's fun too. Will there be modern blue-black mill again? Love your content. Yeah, well, Sultai mill. We've been playing the green splash and been pretty happy with it in mill. So someone actually donated a pretty good chunk to get Sultai mill up again soon. I think it's at 61 points at the moment. It'll probably be next week or the week after. Yeah, someone asked about Pokemon Go friend code, by the way. You're welcome to add me. Just be aware that I don't log in actually every day. And there is a limit to how many gifts you can open in one day on Pokemon Go. So I don't always get to open gifts from everybody. And I live in a cornfield, so I really can't send gifts out, which has actually been great. Getting the fact that people who live in actual places that have Pokestops have been able to send me stuff has been awesome, because I've actually been able to play Pokemon over the winter. Generally, my wife and I like go to like Uptown, like the actual city near where we live, and like walk around the college campus, which has a bunch of stops. I think I'm taking a hit for 2 here. I can also bin things and get them back with her, which is nice. I don't know if I want to take another hit. I think I do. Thought Erasure is super appealing here. I think I want to be able to draw Nick here still too. Are you near Centralia? I mean, I'll tell you the city I live in. I live in Bloomington, the Bloomington normal area. We're not exactly too private about that. It's a big town. You know what? I should probably attack. No, I want to do this first, because then if they spell pierce me, I can't do this. What am I clicking to minimize the surveil menu? There is a button in the upper right-hand corner of your screen that'll let you minimize it. It's actually hidden by my overlay. It's like right behind where my camera is on the screen. Getting to take that's actually really good for us here, because it means this Vraska's Contempt is going to get to eat a Tempest Shin. I'm not sure why my opponent let me 2 for 1 then there. I can answer that one, actually. Doctors have to take a lot of classes. Like, did you know most doctors at most schools, pre-med, have to take calculus, too? As someone who was a math teacher, I'm well versed in explaining to people why they need to take mathematics. The reason why we make people take math classes in college, even though they're not going to directly apply that math in their job, is because working in a lot of scientific fields is about problem solving. And a math background makes you a more adept problem solver. So it's going to make you better at your job if you're able to take in a set of given conditions and then solve problems around them. I just want a Thief of Sanity here. Get this in while the getting is good. I don't know if that's necessarily true, Danzy. I'm sure a lot of that is just like, you can look it up. It's like reference sheets. So I'm a little bit hungry, so I'm gonna gobble this up. Then I get to Lava Coil this one because they're tapped out. Then I get to hit them and draw a card from their deck. There are so many sweet things in this format. Like, I haven't played anything remotely close to what this deck looks like, and this deck is really sweet. Just like good combination of decent answers and threats. Sure. Mana's been pretty reasonable. We're playing 25 lands, so it's like not too hard. We're also just like the red's a splash. So this actually kills the Curious Obsession because it means they can't attack this turn. And if you can't attack, Curious Obsession falls off. I'm a doctor. I need engineering undergrad for that exact reason. Problem solving skills helps you in many areas in life. Yep. That's pretty good. I got time for at least one more with this one. It's only almost 1 o'clock. Yeah, I want to fit in one more deck today. Want to wrap up with Gen Dinos. I got another half hour or so for this still. I worked full-time while I did undergrad. I worked 40 hours a week. I went to the college that I went to for undergrad had a program that was explicitly for working adults. All of the classes that I took started at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening. So I like worked from like 8 to 4 and then went to school from like 5 to 11. And before someone asked, how does that leave you time to do anything else? It doesn't. Brecken is pretty awesome. My master's degree is just a generic math degree. My undergraduate degree had a teaching minor, and I was actually a certified teacher in the state of Illinois for high school for a hot second, until I never got a job teaching and then let it lapse. How do you have time to study and do homework even? Have a desk job. Half of my job was working a desk, so I was able to like read books and stuff during downtime. I think you have awesome confused with a-hole. Where I see this deck's deck list, the deck list is available on your screen via the Stream Decker widget. Alternatively, you can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. So, I really want to hit my land drop next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and Thought Erasure here rather than play Awakener. Like, there's a chance the Awakener just, like, eats a Lava Coil or a Lightning Strike anyway, so I want to try and set up my land drop for next turn, ideally. Yeah, I think going up to the 25th land was a good idea. We already did that. Huh. I want to take here. I think it's just Charter Course. It's just Charter Course. Like I have like 3 Doom Blades for this Crackling Drake. Of course I could miss there. Yeah, the Charter Course makes them most likely to get Phoenix back next turn, I think. I have a lot of ways to stop the thing that kills me. Like missing my land drop kills me more than the Drake does. It's possible I could take the Opt too, because it's the cheaper cantrip. Because like now if they hit a blue source, they get to go Opt, Shock, hit me with a bird. Now, I think it's definitely one of the draw spells that I take there. We did not find a second bird or a blue source. We also didn't find a land, though. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. Just get in there. Smash. Yep, this, if you are someone who has ever played green-black, Mardu Pyromancer, Jeskai Control, blue-white, and Modern, and found yourself saying, man, I really wish these decks were more competitive in what the format was about, you will love this standard format. Cannot emphasize enough how much this standard format feels like Modern, but where the fair decks are the good decks in the format. And that's not to say there's not interesting things going on. Like the opponent's deck is basically like a pseudo combo slide deck. And there's lots of different things you can do in the format. But the fair decks are the best things to be doing. which in my opinion is how I prefer a format to be. I like wacky, sweet things to be possible in Magic, but when obnoxiousness is the norm and not God bless America, my country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty. I'm gonna die to this stupid Drake. Just hit a land this turn, would have been run away with the game completely. Feels bad, man. Just Magic sometimes. We're taking 9 here down to 8. Probably taking at least 2 more on top of that. So we're gonna go to 7. 7 with Chupacabra should be okay. If they don't have maximized velocity to punk out a win, we should be okay here. Rat's been okay. I don't know that I'd call it good, but it's been like passable. It's like taking pretty key cards away from our opponent a few times now. I'm gonna attack with this. If they want to kill both of these to hit me for 2, I think that's a win for me. They are both painful, you're right. There isn't formats where games tend to last somewhere between like 5 to 10 turns, I think is like the sweet spot, right? Like that where you feel like you got to play a match and make a bunch of meaningful decisions, but you didn't like get cheesed out of the game, or you didn't like get prisoned out of the game. Wow, that's so lucky for us that they can't bring that Phoenix back. And this Nick should hopefully make it even easier for us to stay alive, just like grind their hand out here. So we got a little bit unfortunate, but they're also fumbling around a bit too. Yeah, there's a lot of quality card advantage in every deck, so you basically always have cards available to you in some way with which to be making decisions. I feel like I just want to be super conservative for the rest of this game. I feel like I'm really far ahead, and if I'm conservative, my opponent's gonna have a very hard time winning. It's a lot of fun, Greater Steven. We started with that one today too, so I made a couple of small changes to that deck to hedge the what's it called decks, hedge the mono white deck. So if you want to see how I would change the deck for the mono white deck, you'll be able to see that on YouTube later. What do I cut here? I think I want the Duress to break up the critical mass. The problem with Niv is this. Like, I can't afford to draw Niv and not cast it in this matchup. And that's what's going to happen a significant part of the time. Niv isn't a 6-drop in this deck. Niv's like an 8, 9, or 10 drop. It's there for when games are going incredibly long. I think I need to keep these so I have ways to actually kill them. This also has Death Touch, so it's able to profitably attack into their 4 defense creatures. I have 13 red sources. Like, again, you shouldn't expect to cast Niv on turn 6 consistently with this deck, but like, if you're planning to get into double-digit turns anyways, I think Niv is plenty fine. Sand seems fine. Yeah, Day9 was streaming some Sultai Walkers last night too. I had him on while I was doing some work. Zesty, 8 months. Thanks for the resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Huh. So do I just like shock and like full curve out here? I think I do. I think I just do this and like go the 2. I can go 2 into other stuff here. Radical ideas and beacon bolts. Let's just take the op tier because like the rest of these things cost them 1 anyways. Hey, PG Matt, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine. I'm going to draw an extra card out of my deck for now, because their hand's going to stay full for a while. I'd like to try and hit, like, a removal spell for this, I think. Next turn, we'll probably go Rat into Memorial to Folly, assuming we don't draw anything else that's useful. This. I'll have to shock in a land next turn to play a 4-drop, but I think that's fine. Especially since we have Contempt to gain us a couple points back again. We have to threaten a double block on the Electromancer next turn. Is Dusk Legion better than Discovery here? Yeah, I think so. Especially with our 3-mana 3/3 that gets creatures back from our graveyard to our bin. Adds a little bit of utility that way. And also, like look at this board state here. We can block, right? So, like, their Electromancer can't attack, so we'll double. Just like a bird. Man, the fact that they have just not been able to get these birds back is so good for us. They do get to Beacon Bolt Nick here, but I think I'm okay with that. Just, like, get my 2 for 1. Keep pressure on them to not allow them to Chemist's Insight right away. Could Kite Sail be a better fit? I don't know. I feel like without Curious Obsession, Kite Sail like leaves a lot to be desired, or like some kind of way to power it up, right? Let's see if they found a blue source here to Beacon Bolt Nick and put Phoenix back into play. Man, they've been incredibly unfortunate in these games. It's maybe a little greedy on their part not to just kill Nick right away, but I guess they're also at 20, so they just get to like use their health total as a pretty aggressive resource here. And now if they finally bring back the bird, I just get to Contempt it. It's like not a big deal. Oh, they have another bird. It's kind of scary. Lava Coil, sure. Rat's been fine. Rat's a lot like Assassin's Trophy. It's like nothing you're going to write home about, but it's just like, you're like, this is a playable card that I'm willing to register. Yeah, someone commented on my opponent's Izzet Guildgate, and I think there's a chance that that's not a budget consideration, and they're actually just like, want better mana in their deck. Seems decent for us. Tag the Arclight. Although I guess they're gonna get to guaranteed bring the bird back, huh? So I should kill the Electromancer? Yeah, I'm gonna kill the Electromancer, actually. That's a big boy. That is a very large, gentle drake. We're dead. Ripperoonie. I think I'm happy with how I boarded. The Drake deck's very good. If you like casting cantrips, the Drake deck is definitely for you. I did actually pick an avatar. So Declan likes sitting on my lap while we play Arena because he likes watching the cards smash into my opponent's cards and smash into my opponent's face. He refers to it as the smash card game. And he wanted to pick the fire person for our avatar. So obviously I let the 3-year-old pick the avatar. They've been to Lava Coil there to the Nick trigger, so I assume they're gonna have another one. Surprise me. Spells at some point would be sweet. Taking the Electromancer off the table makes it harder for them to pop their thing back into play. Which is nice. Alright, so we're not drawing spells that kill my opponent, but we got some removals, so that's nice. Looking for another Nicol Bolas, looking for a... What's the 6/6 demon? I'm gonna draw a card for the turn rather than Contempt this right away, because the Contempts are valuable at, like, taking Phoenixes out of play before they can attack us. If I, like, draw a Doom Whisper, I'll be sad, but, like, if I draw Chupacabra, I'll be happy. And if I draw Lava Coil, I'll be happy. So I think waiting there is pretty correct. I personally kind of like the list with more cantrips in it, too. I haven't spent a ton of time playing either, but on the surface, it looks more consistent. I know, the actual answer is, I'd go look at whatever John Finkel played at the Pro Tour and conclude that he's much smarter than me, and I'd copy his deck list. The most important skill you can have in being good at Magic the Gathering is realizing when people are much smarter than you and copying them. Can I borrow this one? Filthy, net decking, right? What is it, cantrip? That's a good question. Cantrip is a magic vernacular that refers to a card that draws a card. Yep. We're doing a pretty good job at killing all their things. They have had a lot of Drakes. Thankfully, we've had a lot of Doom Blades, so we've got that going for us. They still got 4 cards in their hand, though. Looking to draw another threat on our part so we can close this game out a little bit quicker. Evening, Ken. Morning? It's still morning by you, right? You're on the wrong coast. That's really good.
Time to choose. Always so exciting.
gobble. Holy crap, that feels bad. Woof. I should have attacked Rail there. Should have attacked Rail there. I think we're probably dead at this point. Rail's gonna run away with the game pretty quickly. I messed up and didn't attack him. Maybe they don't have another Lava Coil for this Nick and we get to flip him over. They get to draw a lot of cards this turn though. Like a lot of cards. Yeah. This deck sees a ton of cards. Oh, they just Rail our Nick? Yeah. Alright, so they found a Lava Coil.
What a peek. The weight is killing me.
Just can't even bring it back even. Rough. So, to wrap on Grixis Midrange, I need to restart Arena before we can do that. My takeaway on the Grixis Midrange deck is I feel like we don't have enough top end in the deck list, like enough ways to actually close the game. I felt like in a lot of the matches that we were playing, we were like grabbed mostly control of the game, but then we didn't have the ability to like actually shut the door afterwards. And like we have Nicol Bolas and we have some Doom Whisperers, but I feel like I wanted like another card or two at the top to like actually like end the game. And perhaps it's just more Doom Whisper, perhaps Ralzeric is worth exploring, but I feel like I want another way to like shut the door. I feel like Anagrath is probably worse than what Ral would be. I think that would probably be my go-to is more Doom Whisper or Ralzeric, I think. I have 2 packs. Why do they give me packs, chat? Yay, Vault Progress. Yay, Vault Progress. All right, what are we doing next?